We've waited so long, guys, so long for this moment to happen. A playoff game at home for the first time since, the AFC Championship game against the Patriots in the Super Bowl year. And we got Super Bowl feelings in this game, man. Everybody should be hyped up. It's a game we're all going to remember. It's going to be a massive game against the Buffalo Bills. And we're going to hash it all out and get jazzed, get some Super Bowl vibes going here on the Get Bucked Game Day Show. Let's go!
Shake the air. Get bucked. Here comes the thunder. Feel that quake in Broncos country. We're never afraid to take it. The rivals gonna crumble in the spotlight's glare. Get bucked all together. Let's shake the air.
Inside the 15, inside the 10, the 5, touchdown Denver!
Oh my gosh. Oh, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Get Bucked Game Day Show. We got the usual suspects on screen for you on this monumental game day, I guess Saturday. I was about to say Sunday, but I caught myself. But game day Saturday, kind of weird in and itself. But hey, a joyous occasion to all gather around Broncos country. And with me today around the campfire to have these vibes, Johnny the Mile High Viking, the CEO, the big man himself. Man, how are you feeling? Are you having a retrospective Broncos day?
Well, things are still what they are. Nothing's changed. I'm dealing with these fractures in my spine, lots of pain, being in a wheelchair. And, that's kept me out of the podcasting game a bit the last few weeks. You haven't seen my face much on our show, the flagship show, Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast, because honestly, fighting through the pain to get everything set up every week, it's just been a lot. But you know what? This is, you said it, monumental day. Broncos are in the divisional round against the Buffalo Bills. Revenge game, baby. Revenge game. And I just couldn't let the pain keep me away from the opportunity to do my marathon man thing today. I will be on all three game day shows, having fun with you all, getting ready for the Denver Broncos to advance to the AFC Championship. Let's go, baby.
Dude, it is nuts, man. I have had a retrospective morning of thinking about all of the instances where we were just starved and begging for a playoff game. And here we, get one last year, I think, on, borrowed time, if you will. We weren't necessarily expected to, be that kind of team last year. And then this year, the expectation just continues to grow and grow and grow. I think it's ironic that Sean Payton, spoke about a football window, a Super Bowl window, like this team could be there come this time before the season even started. And here we are, Johnny.
Daddy knew. Daddy
it's
knew.
Pretty wild. It's true, we did. And we all kind of made fun of it.
Children learn that Daddy knows all.
Our little internet shows, man. Our little internet shows.
Hey, our little internet show is starting to explode, okay? It's finally happening. The numbers are growing. We're getting there. But you know what? It doesn't matter what numbers we have, but we are going to ask that anybody who hasn't been here before, or this is your first time, or hasn't already, please make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, especially on YouTube. We just gave away a Bo Nix jersey to one lucky subscriber. It's in the mail, and once they have it, we're gonna announce who it was, and we're gonna announce, because things got a little iffy, got a little weird. Basically rundown. We did the spin, and it came up with a name that I knew it would be impossible for me to track down. But that person, and then we did a respin. It came up with another name. Did find that person, reached out, no response. And within 2 days, the person who was in the name spun first, the one that I didn't think we'd get a hold of, they got a hold of us.
Oh.
And so we were like, all right, well, we haven't gotten a response from the other guy, and technically you won first. So the jersey is theirs. It's in the mail. It's on the way. And as soon as we have it, we need pictures of you in that jersey so that we can throw it up there. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube so you can be part of our next big giveaway at 750 subscribers. All right. Make sure your profile is also set as public so that we can see your name. Also, follow us on X, follow us on Facebook, and check out the audio version of the podcasts, all of our podcasts, wherever you listen to your favorites.
You might as well. I mean, you might as well. Johnny, I wanted to hit something real quick here. I know that, when you're driving this show, and the basic format of this show is that we kind of end with, the opponent getting bucked. Can I just do a quick buck real quick?
Buck him, dude.
I feel, and don't come at me, Bucky, and for everybody at home, I have a cat named Bucky, but don't get Bucky, Bills, because today Buffalo's going to get bucked, man. Like, I feel all of the haters and the doubters that we've accumulated throughout this entire season, which has been, we've talked about the cardiac kids, fourth quarter comeback, all that jazz. But man, it's all going to come to a head today, I feel like, against the darling that is Josh Allen in and itself. It's not even Buffalo. It's not a Buffalo Bills thing. It's a Josh Allen thing. He's the marquee name. He's the guy that, the NFL wants. But, wow.
Look who it is.
What's going on, boys?
Mr.
What's going on, boys?
On the ground. Oh, Libre!
Orange and Blue Network. How we doing?
Oh, we're feeling phenomenal. How's the stadium? I saw people lined up last night, Johnny. Did you see the videos?
I love it. I love it.
Our people were lined up last night to get into this parking lot, man. I'm sure the vibe in Denver are nuts.
What's up? Oh, shit. Are we on? Are we on? Orange and Blue Network, baby. Mile High, Outkast. We at Libres. Tailgate, as always. Let's go.
Yep.
Let's get this win. We got Pops. We got Pops out here. We got Pops out
Absolutely.
here.
Hey, all of the family around here. Always nice to see it.
Big Sam.
There you go. There you go.
Get a Bill fans in there. Get a Bill fans.
Hey.
We're live.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Bill. Time to get bucked, baby.
You know it's
It's
Broncos
gonna happen.
country, baby. Hey, Broncos, bros. We're live. We love you guys.
Gotta love it, guys.
Love.
Hey,
Go have
absolutely. Enjoy yourselves, all right? You got to scream loud as they get in the huddle, not when they break out of the huddle. Very important distinction for getting loud, I guess, today.
Sean
But,
Payton
yeah,
called it out. He said, get
He
loud
did.
while they're getting in the huddle.
do it right,
Back to
people.
your
Do
thought,
it right.
Back to your thought there, Jay.
Yep. So, boots on the ground there, man. It's nice to, get some game day vibes check. That was a great vibes check right there. And, they seem pretty jazzed. They seem pretty hyped, obviously, on the ground. Let's
As Broncos country needs to be today.
Absolutely. And if you're not, you might as well go hit up Dubby. Dubby's great. It's our sponsor for the show. We got no sugar, no calories, no maltodextrin, no fillers, no artificial flavors. I mean, dude, Dubby's it's terrific. We've been sponsoring them for long time. Or they've been sponsoring us, rather. Yep, I was going to say, flip that and reverse it. Willy Wonka it here. But always appreciate Dubby, and obviously, because we hook it up, OBN10 at checkout gets you the 10%. So you might as well. Obviously, we swear by it. It's been a stapled good around here. So
yeah. And when you punch in that code, it lets them know that Orange and Blue Network sent you.
I was gonna say we get the tally. We know.
Yep. We know. So, all right.
Johnny, I wanna throw it over to you. I want to hear the big picture perspective of this game. Not offense versus defense quite yet, but like, how do you think the overall vibes of this game is going in? David and Goliath, as it's been put.
Dude, like, let's. Here's the thing. At the beginning of the season, this game would have scared me. Like, this is the game that would have made me very, very nervous. However, we've beaten everybody that we've gone up against.
We have.
We've had 3 losses by a combined total of what, 20 points?
Yeah,
I think like that, somewhere around there. And 2 of those losses were by 4 points or less combined. And we're at the last second. We've won, the Jaguars game. It's the one game where we just could not get it done. Truly get it done. But the fact is at home, we're a juggernaut. We are a juggernaut at home. Lost 1 home game all season long. We've only lost 1 home game since October of 2024. Yeah, so isn't that wild? So we're a juggernaut at home. We've seen now what we are capable of. And even though, one second. But where we are, we know what we can do, and I'm not scared anymore. Not to mention, Jay, do you mind if I pull up the injury report real quick?
Absolutely. A little inactive action.
Yeah, there's a lot. There are certain names on this list that might have scared me going into this, but now I'm a little less scared. You know what I mean? And I'm going to show you. Yeah. I'm going to show you right now what I'm talking about. Boom. Here it comes. Injury report is up. All right. Look at this. The Denver Broncos are going into this game very healthy. We had John Franklin Myers, but on the list, but he was a full participant in every practice. Dre Greenlaw was limited a little bit, but he was a full participant. We fully expect him in the game. We had Drew Sanders, another linebacker, limited but full. Also, he is out for the game, and so is Lucas Kroll. So we've got 2 guys that are not in this game. All right. Now, obviously, J.K. Dobbins not back yet. That sucks. But it is what it is. Going down, though, look at this list of players and look at the top name on that list, Jay.
Yeah.
Now, Josh Allen, Superman himself. There's some kryptonite there, man. Because look, he was limited. He was a full participant in 2 of their practices this week. Limited in 1. He will be in the game, but he is suffering from 3 different injuries: foot, knee, and finger. And that finger, by the way, I believe is on his throwing hand. All right. And then there's all these names there was all these names. Dalton Kincaid was limited this week. Even their kicker, Matt Prater, former Bronco. Terrell Shavers out. Curtis Samuel out. Their best receivers out of the game. You know what I mean? Like, you look at this list, they're banged the heck up.
They are. And I said, I think in a group chat earlier this week of like, we're going to really look back on this year and think, man, this is the year that slipped away, because we'll never have in my opinion, easier path to a Super Bowl than this year as it's stacking up in the AFC. It's wide open. Buffalo, at the beginning of the year, like you were saying at the beginning of your segment there, we thought Buffalo was going to be the top seed in the AFC. At least I did. I thought they were going to be a top echelon team. Obviously, they've had success, but I'm not that scared from the aspect of seeing this team in the playoffs, because I think we all realistically thought for us to win a Super Bowl, we got to beat Buffalo. But to your point, what you just showed, this isn't the normal Buffalo team. There's so many injuries. There's so many things that, like, there'll be tons of Buffalo Bill players playing today that probably shouldn't be playing. Like,
Probably.
Sometimes that's worse, playing through as compared to fresh legs. So I don't know, man. It's going to be a weird game, I feel like, because we have no idea what we're going to see out of Buffalo. And I guess really just from a consistency standpoint, injuries aside, we have no idea what we're going to see in the Broncos. And that's why this game, and we'll get into, some odds and whatnot here. But like, that's why this game is flip-flopped. And both teams have been favored a week leading into this game. Crazy as it is.
We're
to
favored
talk
going into it. We're favored
Correct.
going into
now, but we were not. Like there were times we were not. So it is a true coin flip game because nobody knows what's going to happen in this game. This is a very, very crazy game.
Let me toss up some comments real quick if you don't mind. Dave Glassman in the house saying we're early. He was waiting for 2:30. Went a little early. That way we can get it going a little bit early on the game time show. That way we're not rushing to get caught up with the kickoff and all that. So that we might a few minutes early. But sorry brother that we caught you off guard. Bronco Rob saying, "Let's go Broncos!" You'll be able to see him later hosting the Bucking Booth Game Time show. D-Rock in the house. Sup, dudes in chat? What's up, D-Rock? It's good to see you in blue. That picture of blue. I love that dog. Dave says, left Facebook. YouTube is where it's at. Hey, if you're watching right now and you're watching this on Facebook, listen to Dave Glassman. Jump over to YouTube and subscribe.
YouTube is where it's at.
YouTube is home. Let's go. Bronco Rob saying Josh Allen is going to get it today. Get that butt whooping, that is. Absolutely.
A to B.
Shy Vargas, our resident hype man, whose video went out a little bit earlier today and will also be hyping us up at the end of the show, says, let's go Broncos. And Dave Glassman says he's got a bet on a JFM anytime sack today. So lots to do, lots to talk about.
As a pending free agent, he's going to make some money today if he can do that, Dave. So sign me up. I co-sign that bet.
Do you think we keep him?
No, I do not think we do because we would have already done it if we were. So we've acted like, very proactive with all of our guys, man. I've been very impressed overall.
Yeah.
Go down the list of people we've already re-signed and locked up. We've been very proactive.
Let me ask you, could it be that, while we've been very proactive with all of our guys and all that, could it be that they're just kind of that they've got a list of guys that they're like, we'll wait till the off season to try to negotiate this stuff, put less on the table? Possibly. I'm just saying.
We'll have the money. Why JFM? There's some reasons JFM wouldn't be here other than football as well. I think like he's pretty loud, on the social medias. By far the most active Bronco player, at least for
Sean Payton don't like social medias.
No, not so much. No, that doesn't vibe with culture. But
he also doesn't like our little internet shows. But that's okay.
That's okay. Tis true.
We got Mile High Medlock popping in. Broncos revenge today, then on to the AFC Championship.
Isn't that crazy? It also hasn't really registered, Johnny, that like this isn't the wild card round. We're like that. No, like
one step away from the AFC Championship.
Yeah, isn't that nuts to think about? One game,
crazy.
One game, and you're in the AFC Championship game. I want to see this. I want to see this turn into, the 2015 team and not the, say, like the 06 team that made it to the AFC Championship game and we faltered. We've seen both sides of this. We've seen both sides of this.
Let's not bring that evil.
It's true. It's true. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a weird game. And yeah, Shy's right, dude. I hate Tony Romo. I am kind of pissed that this is the CBS game. I'm fine with the time slot, although it's been tripping me out playing on Saturday. But I would have liked to see, maybe some other broadcasting team personally, but neither here nor there, I guess. Let's see here. Bronco Rob in the house saying, key to the game is to limit Cooks and hit Allen often and always. And Bronco Rob, thanks for bringing that up. I want to get into some keys to the game. Some of the, nuts and bolts here. Why we think the Broncos are going to win this game, and maybe what some of the pain points will be throughout this game. Johnny, what's your 2 cents about big matchups, big keys to the game?
Well, obviously, Bronco Rob brought up the first one, and it's the biggest one, is limit Cooks.
Yep.
Like Josh Allen is Superman. That's what everybody calls him. But at the same time, they'll chew us up in the run game if we're not careful. And the thing is, James Cook, my bad. James Cook, my apologies. Good Lord, is the best
in the kitchen.
running. Yeah. He is the best running back in the league right now.
He is.
But we are the second best at stopping the run in the league. And when he's gone up against stout run defenses, he has been limited.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is the key to the game. We can contain him. We can stop him. He's going to get yards. You're not going to stop the guy, but you got to limit the guy. We've held some of the best running backs in the league all year to under 50. I'm not saying we're going to hold Cook to under 50, but don't let him get a 100-yard game. We can do that. We definitely can do that. So that is definitely the first key to the game for me is our run defense has to continue to be what they've been all season. Stop James Cook.
Yeah.
What about you, Jay? What's your next key?
Well, that's the exact same, main key that I would have as well. I've been shouting from the hilltops that I feel like, and I've been a hater, Johnny. I've been a hater. There's multiple episodes I've been a hater, obviously. But Alex Singleton playing in this game versus last playoff game, him not being there, is going to be a massive swing to this game. I personally think. I would say Greenlaw if he was 100%. Your lack of faith disturbing. But I mean, that's what I'm saying, little dude. I would say Greenlaw because Greenlaw's phenomenal in that same role. But he's going to be on a pitch count, I think, with a hamstring injury. So he's playing. He's going to be good to go. But I just it'll be more on Singleton's shoulders, I think, in that room than Greenlaw today. But the other guy, and I'm surprised you didn't mention him, your boy, Hufanga. The difference between this year versus last year, and how do we stop Cook? How do we stop the run, the jumbo set, the I'm imposing my will on you kind of offense that Buffalo can deploy in winter football here? And those are the keys, the key players, at least, that I think are going to swing this game and make it be a different game than last year in the, matchup X's and O's. They have huge injuries to their outside wide receivers, but they still have both tight ends in Knox and Kincaid, as well as Shakir, that is a great slot guy. So in a middle field sense, it's obviously stop the run, like the linebackers that I was saying, and safety, Hufanga. But it's so much bigger than that.
Kincaid's banged up. Kincaid is banged up.
True, but he's going. He's fine.
He's going.
Knox is fine. Knox is, very good as well. But I just kind of feel like the middle of the field is where this game's going to be played. And that somewhat scares me a little bit just because Brandon Jones is out and we're looking at like a PJ Locke with more responsibility. Jahdae Barron's going to be massive in this game as, a versatile guy on that side of the ball, covering the middle of the field, tight ends, all that. But it's the middle of the field passing and middle of the field running. Like it's just literally in the trenches between the tackles is that side of the ball 100% to me. But on the other side of the ball, Johnny, what are you looking for out of our offense? I know that Buffalo's defense is a pretty good pass defense, but a terrible rush defense. What do you think the offense needs to do on that side of the ball to make things successful and at least not F it up?
On the other side of the ball, offensively, what do we have to do? I mean, obviously we need to not turn the ball over. I mean, that's going to be the first. Let's talk turnover battle for a minute. Josh Allen has gone 6 straight playoff games without a turnover. Longest streak by a quarterback in the NFL for the playoffs. So that's going to be absolutely key, is ensuring that, that we bring the pressure,
Mm-hmm.
bring the pressure on him. And then of course, we need to keep running the ball. We need to run the ball. They've got some of their key defensive guys are out, especially in their secondary. So we need to exploit that. But so we definitely need to exploit that in the pass game. We don't, now is the time that as well to see some of Sean. This is Sean Payton's time. This is the time for Sean Payton to open up and show the things that at least we were saying that we believed, right? That he had kind of been playing some, throwing out some vanilla stuff lately, right? And so,
you're right.
Now is the time for him to open up that playbook and do some of the crazy Sean Payton shit that we know that he can. And I think between running the ball and the play action, we should be able to chew up the field some. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. So I want to bring up a quick comment here. Dave asking everybody, let's build a party. Let's get a little, parlay, leg going on here that you feel strongly about. I put in the comments here, and I'm just pressing it now, pushing it out to everybody. Bet Mims on everything listed in an over sense of, betting. And I bring that up because I feel like Marvin Mims' production and how much focus he gets as far as play calling really gives you a nice litmus test of like where Sean Payton's head is. When we talk about vanilla play calling, those terrible games where we see nothing creative and we are just packing it in, Mims is a ghost. We don't even involve him in anything. Mims gets all of the tricks, all of the fun stuff, all of the things that Sean Payton wants to get creative about. That's when you see Mims in the backfield with like some rushing attempts and just some dynamic stuff. And I kind of feel like this is going to be one of those games where Sean is throwing all the vanilla out and he's going spicy. And we're going to see some cray-cray stuff. I know that there was a prop bet out there that it was a Harvey passing touchdown. Man, we've been talking about it. Could it happen? We finally see the Harvey quarterback. Weird stuff could happen today, Johnny, because I feel like Sean Payton's going to be in his bag offensively. And it'll be impossible for us to predict what that bag is because he's got such goofy stuff that he does sometimes. But I think we're going to see some weird stuff. To your point, the vanilla is out. And I can't even think of like what the most exotic, spicy ice cream flavor there is, but like it's that. One scoop.
I've had a vanilla, believe it or not, I've had a vanilla jalapeno ice cream once.
Oh, that sounds bomb, actually.
Dude,
it sounds really good.
Straight fire, dude. It was one of the best things I'd ever tasted. You get that spicy but sweet, hot, cold, creamy. I was nervous going into it.
Yep.
And when I say jalapeno, I'm not talking about a little bit of jalapeno chunks in there. I'm talking like there was so much jalapeno in that vanilla ice cream. And I was nervous and I tried it and I was like, that is one, like if I could find, it was at a specialty like ice cream shop. I was like, God, if they put this on the shelf, I would buy every tub.
It's like that meme. Why aren't we funding this?
Yes, exactly. Dude, I want to try them all. I want them to go a little further. Let's do some habanero. Let's do some poblano pepper in there.
I mean, if jalapeno is possible, think of the other possibilities. They're endless. Hey, in the same breath of that, let's just take a quick pause because again, I like to just go where the vibes take us. We're going to dive into some Mile High Menu because you talking about food, just got my gears are turning
Hey,
here
you
in my
brought up
stomach.
ice cream, cuz. You
It's
brought up
true.
ice cream.
It's true. So watch us as we go squirrel here on Get Buck Game Day show. Let's get into some menu items.
There we go.
That still
There we go.
certified banger. Years later, that song will always be on the playlist.
I did announce that most of our video, like a lot of our transition videos that have been there a long time, are going to get updates. I decided since we're so close to the end of the season, I will work on them in the off season, and we will have the newly updated ones come the 2027 season.
Hey, you might as well.
2026 season.
We're gonna have plenty of time to soak in our victories. Hopefully coming off the Super Bowl this off season, man. But let that track run, let it air out, if you will, because I love that song, man. All right, so we got my high menu going on here, man. Always a big deal to know what you're going to be snacking on during the game. This is a massive game. Bronco Rob actually kind of has some of my feelings. I'm so anxious about this game. I'm a little nervous, and when I get nervous and ticky, I can't eat. So I do have a whole game day meal planned, but I don't even know if I'm going to get to it. Johnny, what's on your docket for the day?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm going to be live during the game, so I'm not going to be sitting here eating something terribly extravagant, something that's easy to munch on while talking.
Sure.
So I've got some boneless buffalo wings. Obviously my own. As always, it's my own recipe because I don't. Nobody does buffalo like I do buffalo. Not even Buffalo does buffalo like I do buffalo. Fun story. Super Bowl 50.
True life, bro.
No, real life, true story. Super Bowl 50. One of my Army buddies that I watched Super Bowl 50 with. In fact, it was at his house that me and Isaiah and Yost all went to watch that game. He is from Buffalo, New York. And he had heard through the grapevine that I was claiming I had the best buffalo sauce you've ever tasted. My own personal recipe. And he was like, oh, hell no, I'm not okay with that claim. So he challenged me for Super Bowl Sunday that we each make a big batch of his wings and my wings. And we put little flags in there with numbers. And it was a big party. There was a lot of people, and we put a little page next to it. And we asked people, after you try each one, vote for which one was better. I won. So anyway, I do my own buffalo sauce. I chopped some chicken breast into little bite-sized pieces, breaded with, some egg wash, panko, all that. Air fried them, and then, dip them in my sauce. And I'm a little bit of ranch dressing, spicy and cool, just keep it as simple, but it's going to be good. It's better than in my opinion, better than the frozen bag of Tyson, swing. So,
not too hard to do, I guess, on that. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. When in a bind,
the revenge in this game is a dish best served hot, buffalo hot.
Yo.
So I'm gonna eat some buffalo wings while we take it to Buffalo.
Gotta love that. D-Rock feeling your vibes there. He's having smoked wings, pigs in an Afghan, potato skins, mozzie sticks, and some the huge for D-Rock.
A race relations drink.
Little R&R. That is not rest and recovery for all you cool cats and kittens out there. So sorry, D-Rock.
Dave Glassman coming in saying, I ordered 5 Guys, my fantasy champion son. Congratulations, by the way, to fantasy football champion Jacob
Glassman. Yeah, good for him, man. Good for the Glassmans. They've obviously got a winning household over there. I believe in Kansas. Yeah, Kansas, I think, is where they are.
Kansas.
Good for them, man. Your DNVR t-shirt is on the way. Speaking of giving things out next year, Johnny, I'm thinking about turning fantasy football into, hey, World Wide Web, who wants in? we can do some, big time leagues, multiple leagues. We'll get her going. But Jacob Glassman and the Glassmans are killing it in the Orange and Blue Network Fantasy Football League.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Anyway, the champion is picking up the 5 guys on the way over. So
there you go. There you go.
What are you having, Jay? What are you thinking of having?
Yeah, so I got some asparagus and some potatoes that are already prepped, cooked, washed, good to go. I just need to, do a little pan fry. And I was going to do that over halftime. But we'll see where we are at that point. I might be too happy or too pissed to do it. But then I just got a steak, nice little 8-ounce ribeye that I was going to put on that flat, with the.
Oh, come on, cuz live a little. You got to go for at least the 12-ounce.
Yeah, well, there was a special. I had a coupon, so I had to go that route with the 8-ounce. But yeah, man, I was going to have some elegant, really nice meal, at halftime. But man, I'm very nervous, as Bronco Rob was talking about. So the stomach's a churning here about this game. I'm not settled quite yet.
We can do it. We got this.
We all have our ways of getting settled. Dave's got 4 beers. He's settling. So, got to get your levels checked. Everybody out there. Yeah, calm down, Johnny. Some of us are on a baller on a budget.
Hey, let's see. When I make my wings, bone in or boneless, I spend less than $20.
Dude, you're just what Bronco Rob might not know about our family is we have a bunch of people that love to doctor up food. Grandma is absolutely cut from that same cloth, and so is Grandpa. Of like, here's one thing, but let's make it so much better with all these other things. And there's something to be said about that, man. Not a cost thing; it's a time and caring thing.
Yeah,
there you go.
We put it. Like I said, I spend less than $20 to make between the chicken breast, the sauce, the makings for the sauce, the breadcrumbs.
Compared to takeout, man, that's so much cheaper. You get so much more food for doing it at home and elbow greasing it out to make your own version of. So that's what it's all about, man. Game day food. Some like it hot, some like it cold. To each their own, I guess.
I suppose.
Yep. So, all right, let's turn back over the game. Any other? I guess I want to frame it in this way, Johnny. Playoff games are always strange. We talked about that going into the wild card weekend last weekend of what we think's going to happen in a playoff game rarely does. There's always some random twists and turns. Do you have any kind of weird prediction or a player that may stand out this game that is not normal to standing out?
Okay.
Wild cards.
I think our special teams, they've performed incredibly efficiently and very well the last few games.
Yep.
I'm going to predict I don't know if I'm going to predict a return touchdown. But I'm going to predict at least one massive return either on punt or on kickoff by one Marvin Mims. It's the pressure's on. It's the moment the world is watching. That's one thing I feel like it was a big thing this season. A lot of the people that were doubters, that were Broncos doubters, a lot of them weren't watching the games. They were just kind of seeing the outcomes and looking at statistics and maybe seeing a few key plays a few missing plays or bad plays or whatever and be like, but they weren't actually sitting and watching the games. And one thing the Broncos, not just Bo Nix for sure, but the Broncos have done well is perform in the high pressure moments. And Marvin Mims, dude, he's, obviously they try to kick to Bidet when they can. But sometimes he gets over there, he gets that ball, and he is the best in the league. He's the best return man in the league. I predict a long return from Marvin Mims.
Can you imagine the crowd noise and just the general atmosphere of the South stands, for instance, if that happens? There's something about special teams, man. When special teams has a firework moment, it's over. And especially in home environments that like ours, that's top tier. Insane, man. The building would explode.
Crazy.
I love that.
What about you? Any twists, turns that you predict for this one?
I mean, kind of cut from the same cloth, but in a different format. Is Marvin Mims in some sort of weird offensive fashion, an end around, just a great play out of Marvin Mims that we didn't see very much this year, at least. I feel like last year was kind of the Marvin Mims breakout year of like, wow, like he's actually getting highlighted in some funky things that are working. And this year it's been like, all right, well, we saw that and we still haven't seen it. We still haven't seen it. And like, we're not even trying.
Like I said, a key to this game is Sean Payton whipping out some of the crazy Sean Payton shit we've been waiting for.
Yep.
And maybe by keeping Marv, corralled, pun, during the regular season, he's got some things up his sleeves that nobody's been, has been able to, or has had the means to prepare for.
Yeah. It would be such a Sean Payton, coaching, play calling guru type of thing to break out plays that he hasn't even run in a year. That like he had run, back in the day, maybe last year, week 3, but this year, just nothing. But he's got it in his back pocket knowing that like I got this whenever I need it. And this is the game. This is the game to do it, man. This is the game that sets the pace. And again, we talked about it earlier. How weird is it to think that like we just got to win this game and we're in the conference championship? That itself is such a benchmark.
It's crazy, man. I'm losing it up here.
One game. This is it. This is the game. So, man, Sean Payton's going to do crazy things. And that's why, hey, Marvin Mims, man, if not now, when? If you're not usable now, why are you even here? So I can't wait to see something random
because
like
he is
that.
the best return man in the league as well.
Special teams wise, for sure. I get that. You're totally right. But he's just, he could be so much more, I feel like most people think. And let's see it. Let's see what he can provide on offense. I know that, we've seen shades of Pat Bryant, and maybe we also, to play devil's advocate, we get a Troy Franklin moment. Last year, Troy Franklin was out of nowhere on that Buffalo game to the national media, and he just appears. Maybe we get a Pat Bryant moment where, like, here's the welcome to the NFL moment for Pat Bryant today. Just a random play that is turning heads all over the league.
Another thing that is, I think we got to remember is we have a dual threat weapon in RJ Harvey.
This is true.
That's the dude
huge difference year over year.
He's just as good at receiving as he is running.
Yep.
And I think this is a game where we're going to see quite a bit of use out of him, both out of the backfield and as a receiver. Hopefully we see more than just little bubble screens to him and stuff like that. But
yeah.
But that is another weapon that we have that he's on that field in Buffalo. They're going to have to make sure that they've prepared for that. That fact is that, and here goes Thunder across the field. Just making sure that that they account for the fact that dude can do both. Both, and he you don't know what he might what he's doing when he's out there. That is a massive boon to our.
You're
team.
right. Yeah. You're totally right. We talk about playmakers that are prevalent this year that were not last year. That is a main one, obviously. Think what you want of Javonte Williams, but man, Harvey is a whole different beast going into this game versus what we were cooking with last year. So yeah, man, that's a really good one too. Okay, well, Johnny, you wanna get into some some Vegas things, some money making things. Let's talk. You about
got the Vegas things up?
The numbers? Yeah, I got a couple Vegas things up.
All right, well, you do it then. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Shuffle up and deal.
Money line, I'ma run it every time. Give me mine, going up, need no decline. Money line, I'ma run it.
All right, Johnny. Well, like I said, this line in Vegas has been swinging massively. I guess not massively, but it has been teeter-totter, Broncos Bills, to who you ask as to who's going to be favored, where the final, prediction is going to be. But for right now, the Broncos are favored in this game by 1.5 points. That is a weird line because that is truly a coin flip look to me. I've always gone under the assumption that the home team automatically gets about 3 points.
2 or 3.
So it is, it is telling that we are favored by 1.5 and not, something closer to that. So the money has been flipping on both sides. Over under. This is also a very interesting one. Over under is 46.5, which to me seems incredibly high for a game like this. How we profile of where I think this game's going to be a time of possession, grinded out game. What say you in the big picture 1.5, which I guess doesn't, it's basically a win-loss here, but moreover, the 46.5 for over-under. What do you think?
Well, you know me. I am our glass half full guy. I'm our optimist, ever the optimist, always will be.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Broncos win, so they cover. Okay. 46.5 is the over-under.
46.5. Yeah.
Ooh, man, that's a tough one. It's a tough one. But okay. All right. I'm going to take the. This is tough, Jay.
It is.
I'm going to take the over.
Wow.
The over.
Interesting.
Broncos 28, Bills 24.
Okay. I can absolutely, you say it that way, that's not too bad. Either team doesn't get to 30, but like it's a close game in those upper 20s. I could see something like that. Interesting. Okay. All right. Me, myself, I've looked at this as who can run the ball the most and the most effectively in this game, who's going to win the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a time of possession game because our defense is great and their defense is really good against the pass. And I don't trust Sean Payton to be consistent enough to just keep running the ball and running the ball and running the ball, no matter how successful it is. So I personally think it's going to be a low-scoring game, so I'm definitely going unders on the 46.5 or over-under, going under. And that's out of character. You know me, Johnny. I'm an over guy.
I do.
I want to see the fireworks. So, but it's an under for me. And I'm looking at this closer to like a 21-10 game. 21-10, and that's a big under. But I think this is going to be a defensive struggle. And I think there's going to be fireworks on the offensive end for Sean Payton, but it's not going to be till second half. First half, we're going to get a lot of the very close, hey, let's go to halftime up 10-3. Something, pretty small and mundane. So I don't want it to be that way. I want it to be, a big shootout, because I think that would, be advantageous for us. Because they have no outside weapons, no, down the field weapons. But I don't think it will be that. We got Bronco Rob in the house. He's saying under for me, 27-14. So the man that's going to be calling the game here on the network here shortly, going 27-14. But that would technically be, the under. Very much so. The under for him as well. Oh, man, it's going to be a tough one. Are there any – just going to look and see if we got any other predictions out there. But, it seems very weird to me that Vegas would be thinking this is going to be a shootout and a high-scoring game, to me at least. But, maybe we'll see some defensive points as well. Maybe, or special teams like you were saying earlier. Points that don't necessarily get forecasted, random points here and there off of weird plays like that. And that's kind of what the playoffs are all about, man, the unpredictability of it. Okay. So I guess let me ask you this, Johnny. From those predictions, who's your pregame MVP of this game before we get to our last segment?
Excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, you're all good.
I apologize.
Who would be your future game bowl?
I'm going to give it to my boy. Talanoa.
There you go. Man. Good for you.
Shutting down that run and absolutely just being everywhere. So
heck yeah, man. Dude, that's a great one. It's kind of who I thought you would go with. But that's to your point. I think you hit the nail right on the head. I'm going to go something similar but different. And I'm going to go Alex Singleton being a guy that we'll look on, between him and Greenlaw of like, man, we carried the line of scrimmage today. Like we won the trenches. So I think that's how this game's going to be won. Middle of the field, that kind of thing, what we were saying before. So right there with you, man. Let me get to our last segment here. Let's get jazzed for the game. We're about 15 minutes away from kickoff, something like that. About 15. So let's get into last segment. The man, the myth, the legend, the guy that's going to get the blood flowing as we are near kickoff. Let's get shite, everybody.
Let's go, Broncos. We're gonna do it. We're gonna beating up these freaking Buffalo Bills. We're gonna send them to Cancun. Josh Allen. We're gonna beat the A on these Josh Allen. We're gonna beat them. Whoever's next, come to our house, gonna get beat. We're going to the big show this year. We're going to the big show. See this logo. Buffalo Bills gonna get locked up. Welcome to the South. Block D, time to lock them down. We going to beat up those Bills. This is our year. We gonna get our revenge. We gonna beat up these Bills. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to come out because I'm talking all these Bills. So tired of social media. Put my hands up and all I do is win. I don't really care. We coming for them. We coming for them Bills. They're not waiting for us. We got more depth last year. Our defense is going back to lock them down. This defense is too good. We're going back to show up and say who we are and say what we're going to do because we're going to beat them. I don't care about Buffalo Bills. I don't care about Josh Allen. Let's go. I'm not scared of Josh Allen because we got Bo Nix. We got the defense. Let's go. I'm not playing. We gonna show up. We gonna show up. Let's go. Denver Broncos. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Loud and proud. Let's go.
Best hype video from Shy all season, right?
Yeah, man, I could feel that. If he had his own little Mile High Stadium, the camera would be shaking. Like that went hard, Shy. He brought the playoff energy, man, differentiating from the other 17 weeks of the year for games. But man, great to get shiped. Totally shiped for this game, and everybody else out there should be shiped for the bucking booth that's coming up next, right after this, with your man Bronco Rob, as well as this guy right next to me, the Mile High Viking, and I didn't even say it earlier, Johnny, the Marathon Man today, getting the button, getting the ribbon. Always appreciate the Marathon Man himself, coming off hard times in itself. It's even harder to do the marathon, but we always appreciate it.
I could not miss this one.
Very much so. But guys, like, share, and subscribe. Go find us. We are the Orange and Blue Network. And like I said, this is a monumental day in Broncos country. And we're with you all through it, man. We got the Buck Your Feelings post-game show. And that's going to be with 6'10" Mexican, Don Diaz, as well as, again, that marathon man next to me. So right after here, Bucking Booth, go find it. Come join us for the game. Grab a beverage and soak in because we're about to win a playoff game, Johnny. Really appreciate you being here, buddy.
Yeah, we are.
It's gonna happen. And you know what? At the end of the day, Buffalo, get bucked. All right, just buck right off. Just do yourself a favor, dig yourself a hole, get bucked. So, on that note, Broncos country, that is it for the pregame. Enjoy kickoff. Again, Bucking Booth right after here. So if y'all need coverage, Orange and Blue Network right here. For that, Johnny, always appreciate you, buddy, because let's get it going, man. Playoff victories.
Let's go.
They start
Let's
right
go,
now.
Broncos.
Let's go, Broncos country.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Here comes the thunder. Feel that quake in Broncos country. We're never afraid to take